Fancy Masterpiece right here on 105.3 The Fan. And right now, it's time for some Masterpiece of the Week.
She said, list this.
So happy Corey survived. He made it in today because this should be an interesting one. It's time for Masterpiece of the Week. We're going to revisit some of the wild, wacky, and odd things said by Mike Bassick this week. And one appearance from Kevin Hagelin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Holy cow.
Just one.
Point.
So, you know our tradition around here. We start by picking on people who are not here. So, we will start off with one of the many clips of Mike Bassick.
You're good looking. You want to show more of your butt? And I do want to show more of my butt.
He has conversations with himself more than any of us.
He
Really
does, but this was actually, believe it or not, on topic with what he was speaking about in the moment, because I remember this. This was the Tuesday afternoon Mike Bassick recap of Raw on Netflix, and he was like, man, those lady wrestlers, they show off their butt. Who do you think makes that decision? And it was like, does the company go to them? And that was the back and forth there.
Did y'all have answer? Did y'all have an answer to that?
I mean,
usually the answer seems like it's yes, right?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Like who? Y'all have an answer to who is in charge of that?
I think it's the women.
Yeah.
But I think they're not naive, and they're like, hey, this probably won't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it is very talent-driven. Because I've even seen, I know he's not a woman, but Dominic Mysterio, he talked about on, I think it was Complex Sneaker Shopping or something like that, where he was like, yeah, Triple H doesn't care anymore. He was like, I got these shoes I was really happy about. And I was like, can I wear these for my... And he's like, they're shoes. Yeah, go ahead.
Interesting.
So he was like, we get to really pick our wardrobe now, outside of like the T-shirt. That's their merch.
Wasn't that kind of sorry to devolve into a big wrestling topic here, but we talked with Cody as he was going to AEW.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said was he never really got to define his characters.
Sure.
So maybe that was a big move to let them do a little more of that on their own.
I agree with that.
Okay.
This was kind of a bold statement by Mike as well.
Guess what? I've never seen my father.
Oh, no.
That's why
I've seen his dad numerous
That's
times.
why he won't buy his parents a house.
That makes sense.
Because he's never seen his dad.
You know what? I get it. I probably wouldn't buy my dad a house either.
Real life alert. Okay, we're gonna try to move on from that. You know what, Kevin? Since you want to try to derail stuff on your own show,
That was just a factual statement.
It was true.
I mean, that's fair. You said this.
Don't have sex with your cousin. Yes. Thank you.
You've said this before,
No,
I feel like,
but
right?
thank
Good rule
you
of
for
thumb.
keeping that drop.
Feels like a nighttime thing.
Because somehow
Should've
it
cut off
came
the
back
don't.
around this week that I advocate that, and I wanted to make it very clear. I do not advocate that. I'm against it.
Uh-huh.
Whenever they say kissing cousins, look, I don't feel great about that either. But at least if you drew the line at that, maybe we'd be okay.
I don't know why.
But you probably shouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
Aren't we all kind of just kissing cousins, though?
Yeah, if you get to like
how
7 million times removed or whatever.
If we're all from Adam and Eve,
true,
allegedly,
I think.
If we are,
I believe,
then like we're all related. So isn't that gross?
Yeah, we're far enough removed that it doesn't bother me. I am very fascinated by like the next couple generations after that. And if they're like
the first two, like,
yeah, if they're like, this is kind of weird, right?
Like, how are we supposed to populate the earth?
Exactly.
Like, are we supposed to populate the earth? I don't know.
That just feels incorrect.
Maybe we're the aliens.
Whoa.
This got really like philosophical really quick. I don't know why this kind of just segues really well into what Kevin just said.
I think I want the D.
Was it?
Oh, I know what this is about. So he was talking about sometimes the absurdity of Little League uniforms and how you might have the team name but not necessarily match the colors. And he was like, yeah, we were called the Dodgers and they were in maroon or something like that. And we're just talking about what a mess it was putting that whole situation together.
That is what a lot. I mean, it's sad that we only have a week left of him.
That's true.
Because we could use that one plenty, but once he leaves, we can't use any of his drops anymore.
Please have a segment next week in Surprise at spring training dedicated to defense. And
So you can
Okay.
just play that.
yeah, and then I'll have great use for this.
Hey, that
Yeah.
was one of my biggest concerns about this team was their defense. So
Well, you and
Okay.
Mike think alike.
I think I want the D.
yeah, there we go. Thanks, Mike.
Another statement. Mike just made a lot of like really bold statements this week.
So they're like, hey, I'm a little mofo too.
What? I don't remember that one at all.
I do.
I remember the first time I heard somebody say "mofo," and I was like, "What does that mean?" And then my mom told me.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Like I
great.
saw it on the news.
Corey's like, I would never do
Yeah.
that.
I saw it on the news, and she told me. And I was like, "Oh,
Kiss your mother with that mouth.
Man, don't you think it's weird though? Sometimes you can say mofo, but not the whole thing, and you're like, why? Like,
Yeah. You know what I do like is the next clip that I've queued up is just labeled "mom," so I feel like that's a good segue. Corey, thanks, man.
I don't want to like beat your mom.
I guess that's good.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
was
nice.
he talking about like? Was he saying that to his kids, or what was? I'm sorry that I missed this because what
I
was that?
remember the context. I just don't want to share it.
Okay, because this is a family affair for me right now, because the two leading candidates are Mike's never seen his dad, and he doesn't want to beat your mom.
I'll be honest, I forgot to start tracking these, so
And then we have my thing in there about cousins.
Yeah.
So it is very family driven masterpiece of the week.
that
this
is a
week.
good point. That is a good point.
On his second to last week, he gave me an entry of my favorite subcategory of masterpiece of the week ever.
Wait. I remember because somebody texted it in.
Yes.
It was about Mike Bassick not getting into auction battles with Evan Carter's
That's
mom
right.
Yep.
That
if
is right.
she's trying to win his cards.
That was great, though. The second I heard him say that, I was like, yeah. And then I think I got like probably 4 or 5 DMs on Twitter. Did you hear that? I'm like, oh, trust me. I heard that.
Thank you to the 425 for helping out with that.
I call this subcategory Mike Bassick overreacts for no reason.
What do you guys think about the prospect? And we're going to get to wrestling in just a second.
Yeah.
What do you think about the...
Has he ever been that excited about anything?
No, he's so...
He
And it
probably
feel like he wanted to yeet right there, but instead he backed away and said, yeah, and then play it one more time, and then you got that. What do you guys think about the prospect? And we're going to get to wrestling in just a second.
Yeah.
What do you think about the...
That's exciting.
He is... I can't tell you, Corey, because I know you heard it the week before. He still wanted to talk about the Elimination Chamber, which is next weekend, and he continues to call it the Echo Chamber. I kind of wish the quote-unquote Echo Chamber was this Sunday, and like we all watched it together.
You know
Yeah.
what's ridiculous? Somebody came in the house. Adrian came in and she was talking about somebody that they work with or something, and she said the name Dan. And in my mind, the first thing I did was Thunder Dan. And now,
He brought us Cronuts.
all these things in my mind are going to be little Mike-isms that are going to be stuck there that I'm just going to be like, ha ha ha,
Yeah,
to
and
myself.
by the way, that's because of 1990s Phoenix Suns player Thunder Dan Marley. Now,
Who I loved.
and that's great.
Mhm.
But that
And
was
Kevin Johnson.
30 years ago. And now every person named Dan, he's like, oh, Thunder Dan.
Yep.
Let's see, 2 more, and then I actually do have a celebrity appearance as well that I totally forgot about. Mike said this.
Let me eat all the crap I can possibly
Yeah.
put in my mouth.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing that on Wednesday.
Was he talking
He
about?
was.
It feels like he was either talking about Zion or Luca.
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel like he was talking about one of those guys?
That is a very good point. I don't remember, but that's a good point.
And then we had a very special guest earlier this week. He used to coach the Cowboys. His name was Tom Landry,
God.
and he said this.
And take a load off.
Oh, my God.
I heard Tom Landry say that he and Tex Schramm were rolling over in heaven, and I was like, that's not how that happens.
I can't tell you. You might have been like, I heard it and it was jarring to me. I can't tell you how jarring it is to be, I don't know, 6 feet away from somebody who all of a sudden goes, Kevin, it's the ghost of Tom Landry. That's like just something you don't expect.
Guest host Kevin Hagelin on Saturday Night Live. That's what it sounded like.
I
to
could
me.
I could see that. To hear.
Boo.
And why do all ghosts sound like that?
That's a great question.
Because if you ran into a ghost and he was like, "Hey, Alec, how's it going?" You'd be like, "Hold on.
This is just a human.
Why didn't you say how's it going?" And you're like, "That's not how it works."
Kevin Hagelin.
I don't know why. I'm going to vote for Mike saying that he's never seen his dad because I thought that was amazing.
Guess what? I've never seen my father.
There's like a 3-second pause after that too, so like it was perfect.
I'm voting for what he said about Evan Carter's mom.
Oh God.
Well, or moms in general.
I don't want to like beat your mom.
That's
True.
good.
It's true.
Good
We don't
job.
want
Mike.
that to happen.
I don't know.
And you know what I like to do? I like to leave it up to the people. Mike overreacting.
What do you guys think about the prospect? And we're going to get to wrestling in just a second.
Yeah.
What do you think about
That is good.
It sounds like he was doing a bad Flavor Flav impersonation.